Welcome back. Mastery 10 review. Yeah, I think we did something. Yeah. Basmala Yusuf, very good job. How are we transitioning? Right? We want to transition to the following information. So we need to read the following information, Mrs. Layan and Mrs. Yara, right? And the following information tells us adenosine normally suppresses neuron firing in many areas of the brain. It apparently does this by inhibiting the release of neurotransmitters, chemicals that carry nerve impulses from one neuron to another. So we want to transition into this information. والإجابة الوحيدة that can do this is answer A, right? عشان بنتكلم عن how it affects adenosine. Now the other answer choice is off topic, off topic, off topic. All these are off topic answers. ما لهاش علاقة بالدiscussion اللي بعديها. Now if you look at answer C, right, it stimulates the central nervous system. But again, we're not discussing regulating blood pressure. We're discussing a adenosine. So if you read a little bit بعديها نلاقي well, these are the points it's making. كل الإجابات ملهاش علاقة. One thing عايزاكم تاخدوا بالكم في ال EST exam, for every question work on elimination. عشان ال EST وحشين قوي في الإجابة الصح ولكن شاطرين جدا في الإجابات الغلط. Meaning the wrong answers are usually very, very clearly wrong. The wrong answers are usually very, very clearly wrong. Let's go to the next question, number 25. Now, again, read the question there. ما تمشوش بالسنس بطلوا الهبل. Okay, a lot of mixed answers here. So, أول حاجة, what do these words mean? فلو أنا طلبت من رتاج يوسف, what do these words mean, رتاج يوسف؟ لو طلبت منك مثلا suppress, inhibit, diminish, depress.
هو انا اخترت البتاع عشان كانت بس موجودة في الباراجراف، بس مش عارفة اصلا المعاني بتاعت الباقي.
So, you don't know the meaning of any of the words?
لا مش كلهم، بس اعرف مثلا inhabit see بس معرفش see.
كلهم معناها to decrease. Right?
مم.
So suppress يقلل يعني to cover, inhibit to stop or disconnect, diminish to reduce the power, and depress to reduce output. انت ممكن تعملي زوم ان من عندك يا مسز بسملة by the way. You just zoom in من عندك برضه زي ما بتعملي على الويب سايت. So all these words indicate some sort of decrease, right? So if we go to the original answer, suppress, that means حاجة بتحاول تطلع وبيعطلها, it clogs it up, right? If you go to inhibit, it means restrain, it means to hinder, prevent action or progress. So you can inhibit behavior, right? You can inhibit behavior, but you can't really, neuron firing, maybe. Diminish معناها to become less. So if caffeine diminishes, it reduces. So I don't think it would be diminish neuron firing. عشان بنتكلم عن الfiring نفسه. So you have the neuron, والنeuron firing معناها بيبعت رسائل or بيبعت messages, and depresses, it means it reduces activity. It means to reduce activity. So برضو we don't want to say inhibits neuron firing. مش عايزين نقول it inhibits neuron firing عشان inhibit معناها خلاص بيوقف خالص. Doesn't inhibit the firing. It doesn't inhibit the firing. That means bad, it's not firing at all. So yeah, it suppresses firing or depresses firing. So firing is an action بيحصل كتير. So here we're going to say it depresses neuron firing. It depresses neuron firing. So this would mean that means في activity على طول. So it reduces activity. إجابة C الفرق بين depress and diminish. Diminish معناها it weakens. So احنا مش بنقول بقى أضعف. بنقول بقى أقل. Right? And inhibits means it stops it. بس مش عايزين نقول برضو stops the firing. Because according to the text, بيقلل. So here we're going to go with the answer D. That was a hard question على فكرة. وكل الكلام ده شبه بعض. Very close in meaning من ناحية to lower. 26. Think of the conversation. Think of the diction. Think of the topic. Think of the word choice. Right? Okay, بسم الله good. وكل ده بتفرق. You have to choose the correct word for the discussion ده. هتقولي they all mean the same بس أنا هقول لكم not in the context. Right? Not in the context. يوسف okay. So يوسف بدأ يفوق. يوسف بقى يبقى معايا بقى وكده. What about the rest of you guys? Right? Time is about up. What about the rest of you guys? Okay. So ما خدتوش science class قبل كده؟ Hmm? What is the discussion here? جنى. كل حد عايز يبقى دكتور. But nobody actually wants to learn the words doctors use. What's the
هو
discussion? مش عايز
بيقول
قصة.
إن
أنا مش عايز قصة. أنا بسألك what is the discussion يعني what is the topic? What is the overall
بيربط
subject هنا؟
إن النيورون ده أو المادة دي الكيميكال ده
So
بيربط
the
بقى بحاجة تانية.
chemical بيربط في حاجة تانية. That's a very good job there. What's the correct word? They don't connect حبيبتي. They don't connect يا جدعان. When two I don't know molecules بيتربطوا مع بعض أو أما مادة like we said بيconnect مع مادة تانية. What's the term do we use in science? Bind. So you have the protein shape here والprotein بيخش وميجي يخش. It's called binding. إيه الفرق ما بين binding and connecting? One is used in scientific context, the other is not. طبعا صح. مش هقول مثلا me and my wife bind. That doesn't make sense. Me and my wife connect. Touch on something, right? Understand نفس ideas. So we'll go question number another diction question. This is what EST is all about. يرزعوا في diction في diction في this is actually not diction, I'm sorry. I thought it was. That's my bizzle dizzle. Jenna, no. Ritaj, no. ازاي ريتاج يوسف جبت الإجابة دي؟ So ريتاج يوسف no. Okay. So we're gonna call time here. Ritaj, what kind of question is this, Ritaj Yusuf? ليان ويارا انتوا مش موجودين معانا and you should be at this level. So دلوقتي ليان and يارا, if you're not at this level, ليه؟ عشان الليفل ده مش عامل حاجة فخمة ولا حاجة wow. This is a very, you know, average thing. So we have to make sure نفكر كده نقول why am I not on level دلوقتي؟ وايه هو اللي ما عملتوش وايه اللي المفروض اعمله عشان you know to be on level, right? Yes, Ritaj Yusuf. um okay, cool, close. اتفضل يوسف.
هو بس هو ايه السبجكت ده؟ يعني ايه السندير؟ ايه الكلمة دي اصلا؟
Yeah,
يعني ده سبجكت ولا ده ايه
exactly.
ده اصلا؟
That's what I need you. That's what I want you guys to focus on. Yusuf asked a good question. Snyder et al. Right? So et al معناها Snyder مع باقي الناس. Et al is plural. And yes, this is something very typical phrase بتشوفوها في scientific text. مش كلام غريب بجيبها لكم. I think it's Latin for like كذا كذا كلمتين in Latin. بس الفكرة كلها at all is plural. So to propose. ده أول حاجة. Now ريتاج يوسف أنا سألتها طيب السؤال ده بيركز عليه، قالت لي tense. قلت لها ماشي ليه لا؟ عشان في إجابة pass. So ممكن صح؟ So to find the tense ريتاج يوسف, what must we do? Yeah, something like citations and stuff like that. Mrs. Ritaj Yusuf, what must we do?
Hmm?
إلا ها.
I'm sorry. ممكن again تاني.
عشان to identify the tense, what must we do?
أريد التكست. شوف
Okay, we read the
في
text وبعد كده
keyword.
إيه؟
شوف مثلا ال keywords أو ال verbs كان past tense
Okay.
أو
Okay, so where are the verbs اللي قال لك ده فين ال verbs? Identify one or two verbs for me. In this sentence الأول بعد
uh,
كده ممكن نخرج بره السنتنس.
which have been designated.
Say again.
Which have been designated or designed.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Mm.
We can say which is, which prevents. I don't know where you got which have been, honestly.
ما
Okay,
قريت
which have been. I
اه
mean, what tenses have been?
past perfect.
No,
Okay.
no. What tenses have?
Have present.
Present. ايه اللي خليك تقولي past perfect؟ ايه اللي خليك تستخدمي كلمة past؟
when designated.
Right? It's not the participle. Let's call the participle. Have is plural. Excuse me, is present tense. فما ينفعش كده كده إجابة C في the past, right? Have present, but also we have is, we also have prevents, allows. كل الverbs دول في نفس الجملة في present tense. So that shouldn't have been something you did. Okay? Let's go to the next question here. Okay. I made you guys a little bit of extra time. اوعى يارا. ايوه بقى. ايوه بقى. ايوه يا ليان بقى. جنة. No. You're guessing. You're not looking في التكست. I think. Nothing. محدش هيقول لي. اوكي. ايه المطلوب في السؤال دلوقتي يا مسز بسملة؟ Hello there, Mrs. بسملة. How are you? ايه المطلوب في السؤال؟
صراحة بتكلمي.
Is there another بسملة in the classroom?
سوري معلش، كان الصوت واطي شوية.
Okay. بصوتي أنا؟
لا لا، أنا كان
Okay.
الصوت كنت واطي
So,
شوية.
okay. So what's required in the question?
هنا السؤال بيسأل عن ايه النتائج بتاع كل الحاجات اللي حصلت قبل السنتنس دي.
Okay. So ليه ما بعتليش إجابة؟
كنت بحاول ألاقي evidence.
Evidence or indicator؟ ممكن يعني نفس الثينج يعني. Okay. So أنت قرأتي فين؟
قرأت قبلها وبعدين رجعت خالص لأول الباسج علشان أشوف تأثير الأدينوسين نفسه هل على
Okay.
على الفايل.
So if adenosine is suppressed or
يعني
depressed، ايه اللي
super.
بيحصل؟
هو هو المفروض مش هو اللي بيحصل له suppression، هو المفروض هو suppress النيورون firing.
What's the effect? Because we're asking about a result, right, of the effects. So what is the result of the effects discussed?
اوكي.
So مشكلتك دلوقتي is that انتي حابسة نفسك هنا، صح؟
لا، هو انا قرأت اللي قبلها هنا كده بس معرفش، مش عارفة اركز بس.
احنا ممكن نقرا information بعديها برضه. You're gonna find that it's classified as a stimulant or build stimulatory effects. So now you're looking for an answer that indicates, right, stimulatory effects. It's
مم.
pretty direct. المشكلة بس انت حبستي نفسك هنا. So answer A wouldn't work. It would be answer C, erratic behavior, or D, behavioral stimulation. صح? So again,
صح.
C or D, are we dealing with more ATP synthesis or greater neuron firing? لو رجعنا هنا, we're discussing neuron firing. So here we're going to go with answer D. So
اوكي.
it's a tricky question. This is not a science class, بس لازم محتاج reading من عندنا, right? محتاج reading. So you're always looking for these types of ideas, right? Any questions here? Long answers, right? Um, you can do it. I believe in you guys. Give you a little bit extra time. See a lot of different answers. No correct answer لحد دلوقتي though. Yusuf Rataj, excuse me, Yusuf no Rataj, okay. Leanne, good. Wow, Leanne bad. Leanne's coming out firing. Leanne is out here taking shots. Okay, this actually question is not hard, right? عشان أول لما تشوف في phrase معين المفروض يشد نظرنا. في حد شايف what phrase that is? Like something that indicates to you ده topic or this is the topic. Anybody have any ideas? Those, right? Then those, then those, then those. So what's the topic here? Comparison, thank you. So when I'm dealing with a comparison, they must be equal, right? When I'm dealing with a comparison, they must be equal. So let's check this out. دلوقتي here, question number 29. But Snyder et al. Point out that the caffeine concentrations needed to inhibit the production of phosphodiesterase in the brain are much higher than stimulation. So طبعا ده مش ينفع. It's a faulty comparison. بقارن caffeine with stimulation. So now here that the concentrations of caffeine required to inhibit is higher than those that elicit stimulation. Now هنا بنقارن ايه? Concentrations to those, which is concentrations. I like this. Answer C. The caffeine concentrations are much lower than those that produce stimulation. Ah. So now actually أنا دلوقتي قلت إيه ده بقى؟ كلهم شبه بعض. Right? Oh, and tell me lower and higher as well. Very interesting answers here. So the cancer concentrations are lower than those that produce stimulation, than the concentrations that produce stimulation. But I think caffeine concentrations needs to be higher than those that elicit stimulation. That's how you have it, stimulation. If it's lower, caffeine ما عملش حاجة. Right? And at D, and also produce stimulation. And D, the concentrations that affect, right? Like caffeine concentrations need to enable production are much higher than those that affect adenosine receptors. No, this is a mistake here. Actually, we're not discussing an adenosine receptors nafsu. But if I remember correctly, we're just discussing the concentrations, mission receptors. So D, I would say, is incorrect because of the receptors portion. Wow, this was hard. Ritaj and Leanne and Yara, pretty good job there. Jana Basmala and Yusuf, no, right? Yusuf, this is very off. عشان بالنسبة للcomparison. You're telling me you're comparing concentrations with stimulation. So ده كده كده ده غلط. And Mrs. Jana Basmala, both of you told me answer C. Can I ask you, إيه اللي خليكوا تقولوا لي it's lower? Why would you think it's lower? Yeah, go ثانية واحدة guys. اتفضل يوسف.
انا ما جاوبتش اصلا، ده كان الايه دي كانت على السؤال اللي فات.
على فات. Okay, good. Next time هسألك توضح لي أكتر ها. So Mrs. Jenna, ليه اللي خليكي تقولي لي answer C ومش B? Let me just get some توضيح هنا.
لا هبتها بصراحة، ما كنتش عارفة الإجابة الصح.
Okay, بسملة, you clearly see the differences. So can you tell me إيه اللي خليكي تقولي لي إجابة C مش إجابة B?
كنت بحاول أفتكر الأنسر اللي قبليها علشان أبني الكونكلوجن بتاع السؤال ده، بس تقريبا
Oh.
افتكرتها غلط يعني.
Okay, so you could just go back to your own test عشان موجود عندك. You could have checked it on yourself, صح?
صح،
Yeah,
بس أنا
yeah, yeah.
حاولت أفتكر بس
ما
معرفتش.
عادي، ما تعمليش كده on test day. On test day كل حاجة على ورقة. Right? Don't trust your memory. Let's go to
صح.
question number 30. All right. Transition from the previous to the next. Huh? Give you guys extra time. You guys are failing on me now. You're getting a lot of brain farts right now. Good job, Jenna. Okay, Yara, very good job. Leanne, very good job. Yusuf, good. Ritaj, you good. I like it. I like it. I like what I see. All right, very good job here, guys. A lot of people got this answer correct, right? Again, لو قرأتوا الباراgraph ده, Snyder compared the stimulatory effects of caffeine derivatives with their ability to dislodge مشارف. We're discussing research, right? So caffeine consumption during pregnancy or antibiotics or this and no, right? We're discussing their argument that caffeine acts by preventing adenosine binding. Now, one thing that's when you're dealing with EST, make sure your number one thing is look for wrong answers. Wrong, 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 wrong. وهتنبسطوا جدا. Let's go to the next one. Gang! Number 31. All right, look at this one. Very good job, Ritaj Yusuf. Okay, Yusuf. Jenna, no. I would say no. I'll give you guys another round here. Leanne, good. Okay, look at this, guys. A lot of mixed answers here. No, it's on EST level, Yusuf. It's on EST level, definitely. So the higher the capacity to bind at the receptors, the higher the ability to stimulate locomotion. Theophylline, a close structure relative of caffeine and the major stimulant in tea, was one of the most effective compounds in both. Now, why was this so hard, guys? right? Why question. السؤال ده بيركز على ايه؟ Do you guys know؟ اللي بيجي مرة في الامتحان، مش كل شوية بيجي لنا في الامتحان، هي مرة مرتين ماكس. بيركز على ايه؟ Essential versus non-essential information. And how do you know essential versus non-essential information? Because we have a lot of double commas, right? We have A, there's no double comma. بس إجابة B, double comma. We C, never say A, double comma. We B with D, say bod, no double comma. So we have to ask ourselves, is this name essential? No, excuse me, أنا آسف. في إجابة A عشان كل واحد بيركز على حاجة مختلفة. This description مكتوب عندي essential عشان ما فيش commas. So is this description essential or non-essential to the meaning of the sentence or to the idea of the sentence? It's non-essential. And why do I tell you it's non-essential? How do we know it's non-essential? عشان احنا عارفين بنتكلم عن ايه بالظبط. تقولي والله عشان الريدر ما يعرفش ومش الريدر ما... لا, that's not the rule we use. If we know what we're discussing, الديسكريبتور اللي بعديها is non-essential. If we don't know what we're discussing وبنتكلم بشكل عام, the information اللي بعديها essential. So إجابة excuse me إجابة A chill. Right, إجابة A to chill incorrect. Look at answer B. A close structural relative of caffeine and the major stimulant in tea, theophylline. This has the name as non-essential, right? So is the name theophylline essential or non-essential to the meaning? It's essential. ده chill. عشان انا ما اعرفش ايه هو بنتكلم عليها دلوقتي. I don't know. So we have two answers. Answer C اللي بيدينا name والdescription اللي بعديها it is non-essential. And answer D اللي بيدينا description but the name عاملينها essential عشان ما فيهاش commas. الفرق ما بينهم. You have to see the difference in structure. Answer C الفocus والemphasis على الtheophylline نفسه. The focus of the sentence is theophylline. Answer D, the focus is a close structure relative, not theophylline. So answer D بيشفت من الفوكس بتاع الاسم بنشفت على الفوكس بتاع description. So answer D is incorrect. My answer is C here. It's all about the focus of the sentence. والسؤال ده بيجي في الامتحان ال EST where هيديك إجابتين شبه بعض بس structures مختلفة. So you have to see structures مختلفة دولت وتسألوا نفسكم what is it focusing on? All right, it's a bit of a complex thinking there. It's slightly complex من ناحية thinking, but again, every sentence عنده focus معين, right? Questions here. Let's move on. Hard one, not too hard though, which introduces the discussion, right? Please begin. Taj Yusuf, good. Jenna, good. I'll hit you guys with more extra time. Come on now. Come on, you guys. Come on. Come on, you guys. Jenna, good. You gotta know. Leanne, good. Okay, look at this. And we're introducing the discussion in the paragraph, right? And you're gonna find right there. This will help you get the answer, right? الديتيلز دولت بيقولوا ايه؟ There's a problem in their theory, right? Hey, there were exceptions to the correlation, right? Very clear there. عشان انتوا مش عارفين بالظبط دوروا على ايه. If you're stuck in that situation وطبيعي, right? It's expected to be stuck في situation زي ده. Make sure you read the paragraph. ومش زي يوسف كلمنا فيها مش ال underline portions. نتكلم في ايه في الأجزاء اللي ما لهمش underline عشان دولت اللي بيتغيروا. Yes, Mrs. Jenna.
مستر أسامة هو هنا بيقول there are some apparent expectations وكده، فبعدها في السنتنس اللي بعدها بيقول one of these
Exceptions.
was a compound وبشرحهم.
أيوة, one of these was a compound called 3 iso da da
فهنا
da.
أنا قلت إنه لا، هو أنا سؤالي هنا إن هو مثلا بيقول there are some وبعدين شرحهم، فدي الشويس الوحيدة اللي وضح فيها كده إن اللي عملت connection between two sentences دول. فأنا أول ما شفت كده ما قرأش بقية الإجابات فقلت هي دي، فده صح ولا لازم برضه أقرأ التكست؟
عرفتي ازاي this is an exception from here one of these? How did you get that though?
عشان
مش
هي
فاهم.
دي
عشان شفتي
يعني
one of
هو في
these?
السنتنس اللي قبل.
Because only
لا
these are
لا
the
مش قصدي.
exceptions?
اه
Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good way to do it. Perfectly acceptable.
تمام.
Right? Yeah. Pronouns. Pronoun بيربط الباراجراف مع بعض. It connects all parts of a paragraph. So yeah, you found just the noun, you found the connection. Very good job there too. Let's go to question. Any other questions there? So some people told me answer C, for example. بس بنفتي أعتقد صح يارا ولا إيه؟ ولا إيه يا عارة؟ The correlation between adenosine receptor binding and stimulation is stronger in humans than mice. And we're not discussing that though, if it's stronger هنا ولا هنا. Right, we're not discussing that. Let's go to the next question here, number 33, last question of the passage. Unahasses, because sometimes it's not logical, right? That means it tells me the student gave up on Zaridong. Okay, Ritaj, you did a very good job, Leah. No? Yusuf, okay. No, Yusuf, no as well. Sorry. It's a common structure and كل شوية بقول لكم تحفظوها بس محدش بيحب يسمع كلام ومحدش بيحب يحفظ. انتوا بتحبوا تحفظوا بس ما تحبوش تحفظوا اللي انا بقول لكم عليها يا جدعان. ما ينفعش جابت ايه يا جدعان. يا جدعان يا جدعان ما ينفعش جابت ايه يا جدعان. ازاي answer ايه؟ انتوا شكلكم لسه مش فاكرين الستراكشر اللي كل شويه بتقولوا لكم تحفظوها. independent idea comma ing phrase. مش احنا اتكلمنا كتير قوي على الموضوع ده ولا متهيألي؟ right. احفظوها. So answer A is unacceptable. So answer B. Independent idea comma ing phrase. That's a very typical structure in the English sentence or the English language. very typical. هتشوفوها كتير في أي writing هتشوفوا الstructure ده. Right? So even caffeine displays this property, depressing mouse locomotion, da da da. أنا بفصل ما بين independent idea dependent idea. Right? Somebody told me answer D, but you're putting a subject, comma, واحدة, verb. So that's a fragment. So كده كده D مش option. Shall I move on? Questions here? Let's move on. Yes. Bismillah.
مستر معلش ممكن حضرتك توضح ال independent idea بالظبط أنهي واحدة تاني؟
Independent, comma, ing. Doesn't need توضيح أكتر من كده.
No, I mean
What
in the
توضيح do
sentence.
you need from there? Tell me.
In the answer. Sentence B. ال independent idea بالظبط. ممكن حضرتك توضحها تاني؟
In answer B?
مهم.
No, بسملي انت ممكن تطلعي لي انت independent idea بعد اسمك. That's not a question I expect from you.
مم. ماشي. Oh, okay. Now I see.
Okay.
تمام.
Understood?
Yeah, شكرا.
Good. وفين ال independent idea؟ قولي شكرا وياه ومش عارف ايه في الاخر في
Even caffeine displays عشان هو
good. Even caffeine
caffeine
displays
display.
this property. Thank you, ma'am. Let's go to the final passage, passage number 4. Here we go. We're going to continue this last passage. Now, Yusuf سألني, are these harder than EST tests? بص, what I did was, أنا رحت طلعت ال EST بيجيبوا passages من Gutenberg Press. طلعت passages من اللي هما بيجيبوا منها. وعملت passage بيها وبيقلد الامتحانات. So the questions that you guys have here بيقلد الأسئلة الموجودة في الريال EST test الموجودة عندنا. Just so you guys know. Let's get started here. Question number 34. Lego! Remember, you have to answer the question, guys. Your answers that I see are just crazy answers. Very good job, Yoro. ايه المطلوب في السؤال يا شباب؟ Because again, these are questions that you will find on your EST writing test. Which word is most in line with the Beatles character? So في أول خطوة اللي أنا لازم أخدها إيه هو؟ What should be the first step that I take? Mrs. Rutaz Yusuf, how would you describe the Beatles character? Rutaz Yusuf, microphone شغال. Yeah, Rutaz is out here telling me the Beatle is lazy. How do you know the Beatles is lazy? Rutaz Yusuf.
عشان بيقول في بقى with their clumsy belly
Clumsy
the
belly, limp
yawn with their back.
wings. خلاص بقى. خلاص بقى. So what is the meaning of yawning? Excuse me, wrong word. Nonchalant يعني ايه؟
nonchalant يعني مش فارقة مع كده كده.
Yeah, مش فارقة معي. Okay. Uncaring.
Yeah.
Uncouth.
uncouth هي برضه زي lazy.
No. Nifty. Uncouth, I think, means like
لا
crude or like شبه rude. Because I know it from the phrase, you uncouth swine. Have you ever heard of that? No. So uncouth son. Never heard of uncouth? Swine? Never? Okay. It means uncivilized, uncultured, uncultivated, unrefined, unpolished.
no unfortunately.
Yeah, okay. Indolent. Indolent. Sorry.
lazy.
Close to lazy, more like clumsy. مش واخد باله بالحياة، مش فايق كده، في غيبوبة كده. And graceful, well, what is the meaning of graceful? Like majestic, right? Beauty كده.
elegant أو حاجة كويسة.
Yeah, it's not graceful, right? It's indolent. Indolent معناها مش مركز مع اللي حواليه. وهنا بنقول عليه clumsy وclumsy معناها بيقع على بعضه. He has a clumsy belly. كل شو بيمشي is everywhere. You know, limp and wing cases. So you can see how he's described here. And also the insect is ugly. I like beetles. I don't know what this guy's problem is, but smish, you know, and other ways that it's described. Let's go to question number 35. Good job, Bismillah. Rataj, no. Yusuf, no. Jenna, no. Leanne and Yara, okay. So this is something that you guys should know. Is simile بيستخدم like or as. Is simile بيستخدم like or as. A metaphor بيقارن مش بنقارن حاجة هنا. We're saying that the limp wing case is yawning over their back. Yawning معناها that's a yawn. كده that's a yawn. So احنا كده بنقول الحيوان ده بيعمل حاجة شبه البني آدمين. So it's personification. So personification when you give human traits to non-humans. بس. Onomatopoeia is a sound. Pop, boom, thwack, zing. All right, let's move on. Number 36. I believe in you. I do's. I do's, I do's, I do's. I believe in you. Is that your answer, Leanne and Yara? No, I don't think so. Okay. Jenna Abul Qasim, is that your answer? Okay, good. Yusuf, good. It has Yusuf, good. Yara, no. How many independent ideas are in the sentence? How many independent ideas do we have in the sentence? يا عم بقى يا عم ما حدش عايز يجاوب عليا النهارده يا لهوي يا جدعان. How many loving independent ideas are in this sentence? There are two. The option الوحيد that can work, unlike the others, would be answer. Wait, hold on. I think I made a mistake here. Just 1 second. It says which is black on the occasion and uglier still in shape and gait. As a defense. Okay. Who told me answer B? Okay, nobody told me answer B. Um, who told me answer C? Most of you told me answer A. I made a mistake here, and it shouldn't be C or A. Should be answer B, like that. عشان هنا عندنا independent comma and independent idea. So this is my mistake. Semicolon and period and are the same answer. فautomatically when you see these two, you can automatically eliminate الاتنين عشان الاتنين شبه بعض. So here I'm going to hit you guys with answer B. Now you're going to say, well, isn't redundancy? No, this does not follow under redundancy. لو انتوا شايفين, or if you think this is redundancy, that means you don't understand redundancy. Just remember that. I can repeat the word and عادي. أول and is for a list. Second and is for two independent ideas. عادي جدا. So ما تخلوش الstructure ده يلخبطكم. Questions here. Let's move on. Question number 37. Okay. Basmala, no. Yusuf, okay. Yara, no. Jenna, okay. Rataj, no. It's a bit okay, look. So, which of the following is an example of the previous sentence and is in concordance with the author's writing style? So, the insect is ugly in coloring, which is black with an occasional blue gleam, and uglier still in shape and gait. It's disgusting method of defense, increasing the repugnance, which inspires us. If it judges itself to be endangered, the Milo resorts to spontaneous bleeding. Now, we need two things. أول حاجة, it needs to be an example of the previous sentence, which is a response, صح? In danger. And it needs to follow the writing style and tone, right? So a lot of people are going to tell me answer B because of blood, I think. From its joints, a yellowish oily fluid which stains your fingers and makes them stink. Now, first I'm going to tell you answer A is the best answer. Why? Because of the word choice. That's what this matches the author's style, right? Stink, trick, disgusting, ugly, very hard and negative words. Very hard and negative words. Answer B, from its mouth, a reddish, sticky liquid spurts, which burns your skin and makes it blister. المشكلة في answer B is it might be an example. المشكلة في answer B, hello, 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 hello. المشكلة في answer B is it might be an example, but doesn't follow the style, right? And even here, right, the word choice مش مظبوطة. The only one that matches the style is answer A, and it's logical. It's bleeding. ممكن الانسect عادي يبقى عنده yellow blood مش زينا مش زي البني آدم. So here we go with answer A. Number one, it is an example. Number two, it follows the style. You have to be sure to follow the answer. أما عندكم إجابتين اللي شبه بعض أو شكلهم صح, make sure you go back to the question and identify the answer or the choice that answers the question. Let's go to the next one here. Number 38. Jenna Noritagno, Leano, you're okay. It's a pronoun question, guys. Yusuf, okay. Read this sentence, guys. Okay, so كده look, answer A. It's Beatles. لا. They're Beetle. لا. They're Beatles, okay. It's Beatles. لا. See. Right? Pronoun. They're Beatles. And their first form, the Beatles. وانا متهيألي ايوه. Answer C. Done. Pronoun noun agreement. 39. ما تخلوش الأسئلة البسيطة دول تضحكوا عليه. Like fried chicken, boy. Don't get caught in this. Don't be tricked, yeah, yeah. Don't be tracked, yeah, yeah. You're dealing with fragments here. You're dealing with run-on sentences here. You're dealing with a lot of عك and عك. A lot of عك and عك. Okay, everybody's telling me answer A. So the queer little creature for a long time baffled the sagacity of the naturalists, made it a species. يعني ايه? That doesn't make sense. عشان of the naturalists ده كده كده في preposition. So الverb ده مرتبط بإيه؟ الverb ده مرتبط بأنهي subject؟ فين subject for the verb؟ الverb ده ملوش بيت، ملوش أهل. Right? So answer A ما تنفعش. Answer B. If you look at the difference between A and B, دلوقتي answer B, the naturalists, comma, who, comma, mistaking its true origin, comma. شايفين هنا? Who is mistaken in its true origin? لا. عملناها non-essential phrase. So who made it a species? So دلوقتي الverb عنده subject ولا عنده connection بتاعه. Answer B is acceptable. Again, answer A, الverb ده ملوش. هتقولوا لي naturalist أقول لكم ده preposition phrase ده ما ينفعش. The queer is a subject, or excuse me, the queer little creature, subject. For a long time, preposition. Baffled verb. Sagacity من ينفعش يبقى subject, the object. Baffled ايه the sagacity. So this verb ملوش ايه مرمي كده في الشارع. ما فيش حد بيسأل عليه. Number 40. never يا جنى ابو القاسم or ريتاج، مستحيل. انتوا في ايه طيب؟ ازاي ده يا جدعان؟ مستحيل يريديوس برضه. it doesn't do that. مش بيديك اسم البتاع. All right, let me hit you guys up here. This is the last question we're going to be doing today, beautiful people. Look, what should be done with the parenthetical elements, right? تقولوا لي مثلا distracts استحالة. This is a parenthetical element. Like زي مثلا نقول non-essential clause or double comma distracts, right? And dashes, no. Right? عشان dash hold parenthetical element. They're classified as parenthetical elements. So it doesn't emphasize because parenthetical element is non-essential. Non-essential clauses do not emphasize jack, right? Answer A. It's consistent with the style introducing non-essential clauses, right? We're gonna stop right here. This is the hardest passage here. So برضو on the EST انتوا بتبدأوا تشوفوا old English style الدنيا بتقع, right? Like for example, passage number 1 we did I think we did good here عشان some modern passage. برضو passage number 2 you also did well here, although topic and sub فهمتوا تعرفوا تعملوا مع الباسج. وحتى even passage so بنيجي بدأنا مع passage number 3, right? This is also a good one. It's just this one that you guys had a problem with. Usually on the EST test لما يجي يديكوا old English passage, that's where you guys have a problem. When you go to your test شوفوا the modern passages بيبقى فيه 2 versus the old passages. حلوا الاثنين modern الأول, بعد كده حلوا old English passages. old English هياخد وقت ومجهود وتعب. المودرن اسهل عشان انتم متعودين عليها اكتر, عشان ده طبيعي احنا كلنا بنقرا modern literature, right? هشوفكم بكره ان شاء الله 10 ل 11 ونص. Do you guys have الصبح, محدش يسألني بالليل. 10 ل 11 ونص. Do you guys have any questions before we go? Thank you for coming. You can learn anything, Mr. Sim out.